I need to talk about two quarterbacks this week that are both very talented and are both off to very different starts in 2022. One is Russell Wilson and his embarrassing first 3 games as a Broncos starter, and the other is Lamar Jackson. To start things off, at this point, I think the Broncos are cursed at the quarterback position. Ever since they won a Super Bowl with Peyton Manning, they seem completely incapable of finding a quarterback they can win games with, and whenever they do make a move, it always seems to be the wrong move. In 2018, it started with their signing of Case Keenum, who severely underperformed his 2017 magical run with the Vikings. They then put draft capital into Drew Lock using a first-round pick. He never turned out to be anything special. He can't even beat Geno Smith out now, and they let Teddy Bridgewater start for a year just to give up on him. To Teddy Bridgewater's credit, he was not that horrible with the Broncos, but the Broncos always give their quarterbacks these unrealistic expectations and expect them to be the next John Elway or Peyton Manning when they've shown in their career they can't be that. Teddy Bridgewater was never going to be that. Now they invested $242 million into Russell Wilson, who seemingly no longer knows how to play football since he's joined the Broncos and doesn't seem to be on the elite level he once was at. And those that defend Russell Wilson are mind-bogglingly dumb. Russell has looked flat out bad, and while it is true some of this falls on Nathaniel Hackett, also looking like a bad coach through the first 3 games, a lot of this falls on Russell. Most recently, he looked bad versus the 49ers, he missed on easy throws, overthrew passes, and played poorly the entire game. Even though they escaped with a win, a lot more of that falls on the fact that Jimmy G is just not a good quarterback, is worse than Russell Wilson, and Russell Wilson put together one good late drive. So far, through 3 games this season, he has a sub 60% completion percentage for the first time in his career, and has by far the worst quarterback rating of his career. Now, I think this is happening for one major reason, and they speak a little bit about this on the broadcasts, is that he seems unwilling to run the football and improvise behind the line of scrimmage. When you take out his ability to run the football and extend plays, he is nowhere near the elite quarterback discussion, and he and the Broncos coaching staff need to come to terms with what makes Russell Wilson good. The Broncos need to utilize Russell Wilson's athleticism in their game plan rather than relying on their running backs and their rushing attack with a methodical passing attack built for that. They can't just go out and try and protect Russell Wilson from injury. Unless Russell Wilson truly isn't what he used to be because of his age, I think the way Russ has been playing and the game plan the Broncos have been handing him has been really dumb and is not utilizing what they paid Russell Wilson to do. If Russell Wilson, in collaboration with the Broncos coaching staff, continues to play the way he has been, they're not going to get any better despite the talent they have on offense, and they're going to continue to have the 3rd worst scoring offense in the NFL. Now, this discussion surrounding Russell Wilson really brings me to want to drive home a point when it comes to Lamar Jackson. Over the last few years, there are a lot of people that have called Russell Wilson a top 5 quarterback in the NFL, and even more that have called him a top 10 quarterback in the NFL. You never really hear people slight him on a large scale because of his athleticism or because of how he plays the game. You never really hear anyone trying to diminish his accomplishments because of the way he plays quarterback. Yet on the other hand, with Lamar Jackson, the public and members of the media lambast him constantly because he is not as prolific in the pocket as Tom Brady or an Aaron Rodgers, and diminish his accomplishments and the statistics he puts up because he is an electric runner. This makes zero sense to me, and for some reason when people are talking about Lamar Jackson, they act like every single quarterback needs to be an elite passer from the pocket in order to be even considered a top 10 quarterback, let alone top 5 quarterback in the NFL. While being able to pass from the pocket is a big part of being a quarterback, there are many other ways a quarterback can win games and affect the game. For Lamar Jackson, that is his ability to run the football, which causes defense to scheme against him differently, and he still dominates him. His passing ability, I think, is also widely over-scrutinized because of how good he is at running the football. Right now, he is leading the NFL in passing touchdowns, while simultaneously being 4th in the NFL in rushing yards and 1st in the NFL in rushing yards per attempt. When people talk about Lamar Jackson and say can't even be considered a top quarterback because of his ability to pass, it's ridiculous because he actually is good at passing the football, and to take away something he does better than any other quarterback in NFL history in running the football just in order to diminish his status as a quarterback in the NFL is ridiculous. Lamar Jackson betting on himself should make him the highest paid quarterback in the NFL with a lot of guaranteed money, and his haters need to just give up at this point. Those are my thoughts on Russell Wilson and Lamar Jackson up to this point. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Like the video, subscribe, it helps us out a lot, and we will see you guys in the next one.